A big problem when living in the city is transportation. There's so much traffic and congestion, and then it adds time to your trip because you're trying to find parking, and it also costs to pay for parking. Then you have to pay for your car insurance, and also the gas that goes in your car. And so it gets me thinking, is there a better means of transportation? And I really think there is. And that is where I came across the Inokim OXO Electric Scooter. I just recently got this. I've never owned an electric scooter before this, but it's been really awesome riding it around, and I actually think that how luxurious this scooter is, I think it could help you out if you live in the city actually. Because first of all, you can maneuver around so easy on this thing. It's so just nimble to zip around, and it's really compact to just get you anywhere where you need to go to. And it also has a long range. On one full charge, you can go up to 68 miles. So I feel like that'll be more than enough battery power to get you anywhere. And then, yes, this is electric, so you're not paying for gas anymore. It's also way affordable than a car. You don't have to pay for car insurance, and it folds down really easy so that if you have to store it somewhere, it takes up no space at all. You don't need to like pay for parking or a parking garage. So I feel like this is actually a pretty unique device to get yourself around town, and so I want to share with you more about it in this video and tell you my thoughts on it. Like I said, this is my first electric scooter. I really haven't had much to compare it to. The only other scooters I used to ride is when I was in the city. I would ride those bird scooters or lime scooters, anything like that that you find in a city. And those things are rickety compared to the luxury of this electric scooter, because I feel like this has so many better qualities and it's a way smoother ride. Like, one of the best things about this scooter that I love, in my opinion, is the suspension on this thing. It has really great suspension in the both front and rear wheels, and there's so much give to them. That's really nice if you're going over bumpy concrete or curbs or just rough terrain. I feel like the suspension does a great job at making it feel really smooth. And then the suspension comes in really handy when you travel at faster speeds, because the scooter can go up to 40 miles an hour, which is really fast for a scooter, but it actually feels incredibly safe because of the suspension and because of just the size of the scooter and the weight of it. It just makes it feel really stable. So even though you can travel at faster speeds, it doesn't feel unsafe when you do it. One of the reasons this scooter can get up to those fast speeds is because it has a dual motor system. It has 1,000 watts of power coming out of the front and a rear tire to really help you just propel you forward and go up to those faster speeds. You can also turn off one of the motors if you only want to ride with one of the motors active. You can push a button right here on the left hand side that will engage only one of the motors. This is nice, I found, when you're like riding in a congested area of people, for example. You don't necessarily want to be zipping around really fast, but you just want to cruise really gently and safely. Then you can just engage one motor and it won't be as much power in the scooter, so that's really nice as well. Another thing that makes this scooter feel really safe is the braking system. It has front and rear brakes on this, and they're also hydraulic brakes, so they're easy to squeeze in your hands, and it stops you really abruptly if you want to, or you can engage one brake at a time to kind of ease your way up if you just want to slow down a little bit. So the braking system is really great, and I think that is a must when you travel at faster speeds. So I think the brakes work great on this scooter. It also has these, I don't know, almost like mini fenders that come on the front and the rear of it to just help any mud or dirt that might get kicked up and get you dirty. It just has some protection there to just keep you clean away from the elements. Another reason why I think this scooter is great for riding in the city, or anywhere for that matter, is because it has integrated lights. It has front lights and a rear light to help you be more visible at nighttime. And also, these lights are just like car lights, where they turn on automatically when it gets a certain level of darkness. So that's really neat about these lights. You don't have to turn them on manually. They'll just automatically turn on. You can still choose to turn them on manually, but I think it's a nice feature that it just turns on for you. Another sweet thing about this scooter is that it has cruise control. This is awesome if you have to commute long distances or you're taking the same trip over and over and you don't want to just hold the thumb throttle down all the way for the whole ride. If you hold it for 10 seconds and release, then it will engage cruise control. Now you don't have to hold down that throttle anymore. That way it'll just give your thumb a break and it'll be a much more enjoyable ride. You can actually turn this feature on or off with this scooter in the settings system. So if you don't like it or you just want to use your thumb, you can. Or if you would rather have cruise control and not be able to constantly have to push down the throttle, you can turn it on and have it. Now, just going over some of the basics of this scooter, it has 3 different levels of assist, and this is really great. If you want to ride at slow speeds, you can just keep it in level 1 and still be able to full throttle. You don't have to hold the throttle halfway down to be able to achieve slower speeds. You can just drop it down into assist level 1, or if you want to go faster, you can bump it up to 2 or 3. I also like the appearance of the scooter. The black with the orange accent looks great, and also the way they designed the wheels on this thing, they almost look like they're floating when you look at it from this side of the scooter, because they're not attached to anything. It just looks like they're floating. They only attach on one side. So it's a really sleek design, and it also feels like a nice, well-built scooter. I don't feel like it feels chintzy or my handlebars are shaking or twisting. Another great thing about the appearance and also functionality of this scooter is that it has great cable management system, because you can see here that the cables go into the frame and then they disappear until they come out later, and then they also go into the frame again for the brakes that go to the rear of the tire. So I just like that clean look. A lot of times when you have wires sitting on the outside of your frame, I feel like they just twist more aggressively, and it just makes me nervous, like I'm gonna pinch off a brake line or something when I'm turning. So I like the look and also just the feel when they have great cable management system where the wires are hidden away in the frame. The hand grips on this feel really squishy and comfortable, and they also have a pad that sticks out to give you more surface area for your palm, which just feels more comfortable. Now, a few drawbacks that I want to mention about this scooter that I've heard a few people mention is, one, the pad of this that you're standing on doesn't have like grip tape on it. It's just a plastic surface, so that can feel slippery at times if you're cornering really hard. I personally haven't noticed the issue with this, and I don't ride it necessarily all the time at 40 miles an hour, so I don't notice it that much because I'm more of a cautious rider. I like to just get to where I need to go and enjoy my ride. So I don't notice that being an issue, but that is something that people point out. Also, something else about this scooter is the weight of it is 74 pounds, so it is a little bit heavier of a scooter, which is harder to pick up, but it makes it great when you're riding over bumps or riding at faster speeds. It feels more solid and durable, so I actually enjoy that it's a little bit heavier. It just feels a little bit safer in my opinion, but it could be harder for you to lift up and carry and maneuver around. So overall, I feel like this scooter has a lot of quality features to it. It gets you fast speeds, it gets you long range, it has great suspension. It's just a comfortable ride in general, and I feel like overall it's a great scooter. I like the lights, and I'm pretty pleased with it so far. Like I said, I don't have much to compare it to, as this is my first electric scooter, but man, I couldn't be more happy with it. I feel like this is gonna be really hard to beat once I start getting more scooters, so I'm pretty pleased with this. This is a nice scooter. If you're interested in it, I'll put a link in the description below for you to check it out for yourself and read more about it. With the scooter, you can also get a helmet, which I'd recommend you picking up because they're really nice for your safety. And also, it has a carrying case that hooks on the front of your handlebars and the frame of this scooter. That way you can toss your phone, your wallet, anything else you have, belongings that you don't want to carry with you or put in your pockets. I think that's a nice addition to the scooter as well. But there it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on another one. Bye.